Before history was written, before kings ruled nations, before the flood erased a world, there was an age the Bible describes only briefly, yet its consequences changed humanity forever. A time when heaven and earth stood dangerously close. Genesis chapter 6 opens a window into that forgotten world, the age of the Nephilim. After Adam and Eve were driven from the Garden of Eden, humanity multiplied across the earth. Generations were born beneath open skies. Civilization slowly began. Some remembered God, others followed their own desires. The Bible records in Genesis 4:26, humanity knew its creator, but sin, once introduced, continued spreading from heart to heart. Jealousy had already produced murder through Cain. Pride was growing, and the spiritual condition of mankind was beginning to change. Genesis 6:1 tells us humanity filled the land, strength increased, knowledge expanded. But as mankind grew outward, obedience to God began to weaken inwardly. And then Scripture reveals a mystery. Genesis 6:2 declares, "The Bible offers no long explanation. It simply records that a boundary established by God was crossed." Elsewhere in Scripture, the phrase appears again. Job 1:6 says, "Something extraordinary was taking place. The order of creation was being disturbed, and the consequences would reshape the world." Genesis 6:4 records, the Hebrew word used is Nephilim. Scripture does not praise them. It describes power without righteousness, fame without holiness, strength admired by humanity, but not approved by God. Human society began to exalt power over obedience. Reputation replaced righteousness, and corruption deepened. Genesis 6:5 reveals heaven's perspective. Evil was no longer occasional, it became continual. Violence spread across generations. The earth was changing, not physically, but morally. Genesis 6:11 declares, "Not touched by violence, filled with it." Humanity had reached a turning point. Creation no longer reflected its creator. The world stood on the edge of judgment. Corruption had spread across the earth. But even in growing darkness, God was watching for righteousness. And somewhere among millions, one man walked differently. His name was Noah.